Hello everyone, I hope you're all having an absolutely great day. My name is Miguel, welcome to the first video of my channel. So I work at Chipotle, and I see crazy things all the time, but one of the most common things I see is someone who has no idea what they want in his or her burrito. Maybe it's because I'm so boring and always get the same thing, brown rice, black beans, chicken, mild, medium, corn, cheese, guac, but I simply can't understand the amount of time some people need to choose. But then I thought about it and I asked myself, why is that? The most obvious reason to me seemed to be that there were too many choices. But just how many are there? Well, to answer this, we need math, specifically combinatorics, or the branch of mathematics dealing with combinations of objects belonging to a finite set in accordance with certain constraints, such as those of graph theory. The part of that definition we care about is the combinations of objects. From combinatorics, we learned that to find the number of possible combinations of, say, rice and beans, one would simply multiply the number of options of rice and beans. So we just multiply the number of possible options for each part of a burrito to get our answer, right? Right, but we ignored a few things. First, notice that we didn't include an option for no beans or no rice. Thus, we need to add a none column and row to our table. We also failed to include people who order burritos with anything other than a full serving of rice and or beans. Meaning we excluded the can I get half brown half white rice people, the half of the pinto beans people, the full scoop of both rice and both beans people. Now I've gotten a lot of crazy types of orders. I get people who ask for pinto bean juice occasionally, and once even got someone who wanted mild salsa juice. But very, very few people want less than half of a portion of anything. Thus, we will make our smallest possible portion size be 1/2 and allow for any multiple of 1/2. This covers burritos with 0, 1.5, 7, or even 128.5 servings of rice, beans, fajitas, meat, etc. Actually, no. Let's ban those last two on the grounds that no one, or at the very least most people, will never order a burrito stuffed with an absurd amount of rice or beans or anything else. So let's make our largest portion of anything be 3 times the normal amount. Seems fair? Okay, good. For now, let's focus on the rice. So how many ways are there to choose rice? Let's use cups to represent the amount of rice we'll put in our burrito. If we stipulate that each cup can have either 0 or half a scoop of rice, then the maximum number of cups that we would ever need is 6. Now we're going to use a concept from combinatorics called stars and bars, or in this case, cups and bars, to differentiate between the cups we want filled with brown rice, the cups we want filled with white rice, and the cups we want empty. Combinatorics tells us that we need one less bar than the number of different options we have, or in the case of rice, 2 bars. This is because with 2 bars we can make 3 distinct sections. Let's look at an example. To visually display 1 scoop of white rice, we need to put 2 cups, then 2 bars, then 4 cups. Okay, so clearly any order of these cups and bars is acceptable. So we just need to find out how many ways there are to arrange these cups and bars. Now notice that we have 8 spaces, and that we can either choose where the bars will go or where the cups will go. These two will give us the same number, so let's just go with selecting the spaces that the cups will go into. To calculate this, we'll need to borrow the function rChooseN, which gives us the number of ways to choose n things from r identical objects. This is exactly our case. Okay, so now we're ready to calculate the number of ways to order rice. We have 8 spaces and we need to choose 2 of them, so the number is 8 choose 6, or 28. Great, awesome, but now we need to multiply this by the number of ways to order beans. This will actually be the same since we can go through the same logic from the rice and just change white rice to black beans and brown rice to pinto beans. So again, we get 8 choose 6, or 28. Now we can move on to fajitas. Here we again have 6 cups, but the number of bars is different. We need 2 sections, fajita cups and empty cups. To do this, we need only a single bar. Now we have 7 spaces and we still need to select where the 6 cups will go. Thus we have 7 choose 6, or 7 ways of choosing fajitas. This makes sense since in this case we can easily see that there are indeed 7 ways to get fajitas given the restrictions we stipulated. Either 0, half, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, or 3 servings of fajitas. Now we move on to meats. Here we again have 6 cups, but since we have 6 types of meats, we will have 7 categories of cups. This means we will need 6 bars, giving us 12 spaces, from which we need to select 6 for the cups. Thus we have 12 choose 6 or 924 possible options of meat. Now onto the salsas, dairy, guac, and lettuce. We'll actually get the same number as the possible fajita options, since we have 6 cups and 1 bar for each cold item. Thus, each of the 8 cold items will contribute a factor of 8 choose 6 or 28 to the product. Lastly, we forgot to account for the tortilla, which is usually either regular flour, double wrap, or quesarito. This will add a factor of 3. Now we just multiply all of these numbers of options to get our final result of 8,769,839,569,536. That is over twice the number of trees on Earth. Now, I'm not the fastest burrito roller in the known universe, but I can make a burrito in about 25 seconds, so if I had to make those, it would take me nearly 7 million years. That many years ago, humans hadn't left Africa or even existed. What's even more mind-boggling is that this is only for the burritos. We haven't even talked about bowls, salads, tacos, or quesadillas yet. And we haven't even talked about which item at Chipotle puts the numbers of every other item to shame. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out my video, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it. I'm planning on uploading every other Friday, so stay tuned for my next video. Also, here are the links to the videos I mentioned earlier. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.